Today we will be solving problems by finding the whole given a part and a percentage. You can use these types of problems when you are shopping and if there is a discount. In this lesson, we are going to be covering how to find percents off the total cost. Let's say there is a toy that is originally $20 and it's on sale for 25% off. First, we are going to review how to turn percents into decimals. So in looking at decimals, we know that the place value to the right of the decimal place is the tenths place. So then to the right of that is the hundredths. Let's take a look at how we would write 25%.
Percent means per 100. So 25% means 25 per 100, or simply 25 over 100. If you divide 25 by 100, you'll get 0.25 with a calculator. However, there's an easier way.
This is a way to solve 25% without a calculator. If you write 25%, take away the percent sign, and then move your decimal places 2 places to the left. And you get 0.25 without using your calculator. So 25% written as a decimal is 0.25.
A part whole table is where the total of whatever it is we are looking at is the total amount of the bar. So let's go back to that first problem, where the toy is $20 and it is on sale for 25% off. The bar would be worth $20. And then we'd break up the bar into percentage. When breaking up percents into the bars, the percentages need to add up to equal 100%. So we can use 25% and think, how many times can I add 25 to equal 100? Please pause the video and find how many times 25 goes into 100 equally. 25 goes into 100 4 times. This problem had a percentage that worked well going into 100 equally. Sometimes it's not so easy and you may need to change the percentage. Let's look at how the bar is broken up into 4 parts. What is 20 divided by 4? Pause the video to answer this question. The answer is 5. This means that 25% in this problem is equal to $5. So if the toy is 25% off, that means that it is really $5 off. How much does the toy cost now? Pause the video to answer this question. If you subtract 5 from 20, you will get 15. This means that the toy is $15. Now it's your turn to try a problem.
Apple is having a sale on their Apple Watches. The original price of the watch was $500, but now it's 20% off. What is the total of the Apple Watch now? Pause the video to find your answer. Our first step in solving this problem is to create our part whole table. The whole in this problem is $500. And we're trying to find 20% off 500. Our next step is to add the percentage to the part whole table. So we need to find out how many times 20% can go into 100. 20% can go into 100 5 times. So I'm going to draw 5 parts into our table. Next, let's divide 500 by 5, which is 100. So each box is worth 100. Next, what we need to do is take 100 away from 500. This is 400. That means that 20% off of 500 is 400. Next, we are going to learn how to solve these problems using division. The way to solve this is a little different, where we will be using an equation. Let's continue using the example of the toy that is $20 and 25% off. To use the division method, we're going to set up a proportion. You set up a proportion by doing a line which equals another line. On the right hand side, we're going to write our percent. So 25 over 100. And the whole of the toy is $20, so we're going to put that on the bottom. And then we don't know what 25% of 20 is, so we're going to put an X on the top. Next, we are going to cross multiply. 100 doesn't have a number that goes with it, and so we are going to multiply 20 and 25. $20 times 25 is 500. Next, we are going to use the number that we didn't use in the multiplication step. In this scenario, it's 100. We are going to take 500 divided by 100 to get 5. This means that X equals 5. 5 equals 25% in this example. This means that 5 is 25% of 100. Since we are trying to find what 25% off 20 is, we would just take 5 away from 20, which equals 15. Now you try using the division method to solve this problem. Pause this video while you solve. To find the price of one of Justin Bieber's tickets at a discounted price, we first have to set up our proportion. We want to take 25% off of the whole. So on top of this proportion on the right-hand side, we write 25. On the bottom, we write 100 because we want to take 25 out of 100. The whole price of one of Justin Bieber's tickets is $150. Because it's the whole, we're going to put it on the bottom of the left-hand side. And because we don't know what the discounted price is, we put an X on the top of the left-hand side. Because we don't have anything to multiply by 100, we take 150 times 25. 150 times 25 equals 3,750. To find the percentage of 100, we have to take 3,750 divided by 100, which equals 37.5. To find X, or the discounted price of one of Justin Bieber's tickets, we have to take 150 minus 37.5. 150 minus 37.5 is equal to 112.5. That means that one of Justin Bieber's discounted tickets is equal to $112.5. In this next example, we will be using a double number line to find a percent of a whole. We will continue using the example of trying to find 25% of 20 like we did in the earlier slides. The double number lines should be set up directly on top of each other like this. The first line will represent 20. And the second line will represent 100. The reason the second line represents 100 is because we're trying to find 25% of 100. We already know that 100 divided by 25 is 4. So we will have 4 parts on our number line. These each represent 25. On the top number line, you are going to make marks directly above the ones that you made on the bottom number line. Because there are 4 marks on the top number line, we take 20 divided by 4, and that equals 5. So each mark represents 5. To find 25% of 20, we look at the number line and we can see that the lines match up, and 25 and 5 are on the same line. So we can assume that 25% of 20 is 5. To find 25% of 20, you would just take 5 minus 20, which equals 15. Use the double number line method to try and solve this problem. Pause this video while you solve the problem. The first step to solving our problem is to set up our double number line. The top line represents how much money you made at the lemonade stand, or the whole, which is $150. So put 150 next to your number line on the top. On the bottom line, we are trying to find the percent of 100, so we put 100 on the bottom line. Because we are trying to find 25% of 100, we know from previous problems that 25 divided by 100 is 4. So we split our number line up into 4 parts. Each one of these parts is equal to 25. And on the above number line, we need to break our number line up into the exact same number of parts as the bottom number line. To figure out how much each of those parts is worth, we need to divide 150 by 4. 150 divided by 4 is 37.5. So we know by looking at our double number line that 25% of 150 is 37.5. So if your friend expects 25% of what you made from the lemonade stand, you would give them $37.50. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about parts and percentages.